Hello everyone, and welcome to my Young and Restless official. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. Audra informed Nate at his apartment that she was returning to work for Victor. "What does he want from you?" inquired Nate, who was not pleased. Nate stated that he wanted to know what was going on since he knew from personal experience with Victor that he is all about identifying people's pain points. Victor's offer, according to Audra, didn't include anything she wouldn't consider doing. Nate was shocked to learn that Victor had no reservations about resuming his business dealings with Audra. Victor, she added, wanted her to start a new business that was genuine and prosperous. Nate admitted throughout dinner that he kept wondering that Victor might not be acting honorably. Would it be possible for him to read any contracts Victor wanted Audra to sign? Audra invited Nate to consider what she could achieve by starting her own cosmetics business from scratch. Damien told Lily at Society that he was amazed she had twins. Lily claimed that although she had weathered diaper changes and tantrums, her children were now grown up. Lily asked Damien if he would be prepared to assist her in determining what Dumas wanted in Genoa City, and Damien took up the tab. Lily invited him to go fishing even though Damien claimed that Dumas had treated him fairly. Lily said she would appreciate it if he said yes, but if it was too complicated, he could forget it. Damien requested time to come up with a plan because he believed it would be a significant risk. Devon and Abby entered at that very moment. Abby has just returned to the city. Lily inquired about Abby's experience in Europe with Dominic after she met Damien. Devon questioned Lily about that after Damien departed. Lily questioned Abby on Tracy and whether the rumor that Alan was to blame for Phyllis and Sharon's tragedy was accurate. Abby claimed that because Alan had Tracy fall in love with her, the entire situation made her nauseous. Lily promised to get in touch with Tracy, and Abby mentioned that Tracy and Ashley were taking a short vacation to New York to escape everything. Devon was shocked to learn that Lily was disclosing private information to Damien before they had a chance to determine whether or not they could trust him. Devon was informed by Lily that she had asked Damien to ascertain Dumas's motivation. Devon stayed silent and told Abby that before they discovered him, Damien and Dumas had investigated their family. Devon thought Damien had somehow reached Lily and wanted to know what had changed. Abby claimed she wouldn't blame Lily if she were drawn to Damien, but Lily insisted she wasn't. Lily requested Devon to collaborate with her on the plan, and Abby added that it made sense for Lily to have Damien assist them. Elliot Matheson, Victor's mole, met with Jack and Kyle at Jack's office in the meantime. Elliot stated that while he was happy to be at Jabot, he was unsure about the purpose of his meeting with Jack. Elliot told Jack that he was interested in a new Jabot product since it would benefit the company. "Whose company?" inquired Kyle. Elliot first attempted to sidestep Kyle's inquiries regarding his encounter with Michael Baldwin, but he gave in when Kyle claimed to have evidence. Kyle offered Elliot the choice of becoming a double agent for a large sum of money or resigning and never working in his industry again. Before he turned on Victor and joined the Jabot camp, Elliot requested assurance, protection, and payment. Jack concurred. If he deceived Jabot once again, Kyle warned, he would discover a new meaning for the phrase hell. Elliot exited Jack's office after sharing all he knew with Kyle and Jack. Kyle was commended by Jack for persuading Elliot to come clean and switch sides. He left his son alone for the remainder of the evening. In addition to telling his father that he had essentially asked Claire to come in with him, Kyle invited Jack to meet Claire. Claire was welcome to move into the refurbished Abbott mansion, Jack stated. Although Kyle was grateful for the offer, he and Claire might feel more at ease in their own house. He went on to say that neither he nor Claire had any immediate intentions to depart Genoa City. Jack expressed his distaste for Victor's influence preventing Kyle and Claire from being together and advised Kyle to let Claire know that Nikki and everyone else supported them as a couple. Victor questioned Michael if something negative had happened at the athletic club since he could tell by the expression on his face that something was wrong. Michael told Victor that either their mole inside Jabot had been accessed or the mole was reconsidering its decision to betray Jack and his family business. It was unbelievable to Victor that Dumas would meet with a complete stranger like Billy Abbott. Billy had nothing that Dumas could possibly want, according to the mogul. Michael wanted to know what Billy had to say. Victor wished that everything would work out and that Billy would fall into the trap that Dumas is laying for him instead. When Jack and Kyle walked into the dining room, they saw Victor and Michael. When Kyle asked his father whether he needed help facing the power couple, Jack said that he had this one covered. As he walked over to their table, Michael noticed Jack grinning and inquired as to what specifically had transpired that day to bring him such joy. According to Jack, he has no worries or grievances whatsoever. Jack left the two and went to the bar to buy a scotch. Victor said, "Bring it on," in response to Michael's suggestion that they abandon this conflict. Claire went down to the Neil Winters Jazz Lounge and spoke to Holden. While she waited for Kyle, she decided not to have a drink. Claire answered Newman as her last name when Holden asked her, confirming that she was related to Victor. She didn't want to bother Holden with the specifics, but she did explain that being a Newman was completely new to her. "I'd love to hear them," Holden remarked. Claire described how she was raised by Aunt Jordan after being taken from her parents at birth. Holden claimed that his employer, Damien, was getting back in touch with his family and had lately discovered some information regarding his past. Holden explained that he chose to remain in Genoa City for personal reasons. Holden related to Claire how, when in Los Angeles, he went up to a man he believed to be Harrison Ford, but Kyle stopped him. After being introduced, Holden and Kyle shook hands, but Kyle seemed hesitant. Nate and Audra came into the lounge as Holden left. Audra beamed as he paused to ask how her surprise went. "It went really well." Nate told Audra that Holden couldn't get enough of her after he left. Nate pretended that he wasn't bothered, and Audra remarked that he could act a little envious. When Audra noticed Kyle and Claire seated at a table, she went to tell Kyle that he would be facing some unwelcome competition. Her bait did not entice him to nibble. "There wasn't much to say," she said, "but he might want to prepare." Fans were treated to a close-up of his most recent tattoo, a picture of his daughter on his right forearm, which was simply labeled with the word love. Below the new ink, there was a butterfly. When the camera pans up to see a glittering diamond necklace with his baby girl's name on it, Moore slid up 2 bracelets to reveal the word mom resting on his wrist in remembrance of his mother Marilyn, who died in 2020. Moore has previously uploaded another picture. "She made it possible, she made me possible," he said, standing in his backyard next to a plaque that said, "This house is my son's home," with his eyes closed and his new tattoo of Frankie showing. "She assured me that nothing was impossible and that dreams are possible. She told me to own your dignity, Shamar. I have always loved and been grateful to my mother." Claire described how she was raised by Aunt Jordan after being taken from her parents at birth. Holden claimed that his employer, Damien, was getting back in touch with his family and had lately discovered some information regarding his past. Holden explained that he chose to remain in Genoa City for personal reasons. Holden related to Claire how, when in Los Angeles, he went up to a man he believed to be Harrison Ford, but Kyle stopped him. After being introduced, Holden and Kyle shook hands, but Kyle seemed hesitant.